I talked to someone the other yesterday. They're like, yeah, if we can't wrap this up today, I'll be back on the 9th. I'm like, 9th?
The 9th. There's so many 9thers out there.
Fuck
what the
you.
fuck are you doing on the 9th? I even have employees who are, taking a break and they're like, hey, can we talk about, blah, 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 recap, blah, blah, whatever. Yeah, even like recap from last year. I have a question about my performance. Let's set up a meeting on the 9th.
What?
That the meeting should come with the pink slip.
Yeah, talking about your performance already in 2023.
You're off to a slow start, Billy.
Billy.
Hash.
Ladies and gentlemen, group chat.
Hash.
It's $1 trillion. Hot.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the final episode of Group Chat before Christmas. We're coming in hot with our Christmas takes. I mean, I got to be honest. It's probably not.
If you like Christmas,
turn it off.
Fast forward.
Yeah. If you like Christmas, fast forward to 5 minutes. You should be fine. I don't know how this happened. We didn't plan this, but we shared our honest thoughts about the holiday, obviously from our perspective of, business owners, entrepreneurs, people that, we also genuinely enjoy working. We enjoy what we do, being active, all that stuff. And, so we have an interesting perspective on the holiday. Also, you two are spoiled lucky because your family is all close. I got to travel to see mine. But either way, look, we shared our honest perspective as we always do here on Group Chat. And you can take a listen. And then we have a lot of stuff to talk about. There's economy news. There's some updates on the SBF, FTX front. Big purchase was just made for the rights to NFL Sunday Ticket. We got a lot to go over. And then because it's the end of the week, of course, we're ending with our winners, losers, and content recommendations for the holiday weekend. And we have some advice, I would say, to everyone. Anyone with a job, with a business, with work to do over this holiday time. Right? That's fair?
That's fair.
Okay. All right. You guys ready?
Yep.
Let's do it. Hey, guys.
Hey.
Merry early Christmas.
Merry early Christmas. I think this is our final episode. Yeah, this is our final episode before Christmas. So, Merry Christmas. On and welcome back.
Yeah.
I have a bold proposal around Christmas.
Yes.
Christmas should happen every single month, and everybody is assigned a different month they get to celebrate it. This is just impossible to do work. Everyone's gone.
I feel like everyone's been gone since Thanksgiving.
No, that's in your world. In reality, everyone went this week.
Yeah, I think the rough economic times tightened up this holiday schedule a little bit, but this week and then definitely next week, yeah, everyone's gone. I hate it. No, not trying to be the Grinch here. It's great. I'm sure one day I'll have kids. I'll love that part of it, but I hate this time of year.
I agree. I think it's all stupid.
I'm the
Grinch. I'm very comfortable being the Grinch.
That's how you and I are. I'll go a little bit and then you just jump way over the line. But I don't think it's all stupid. I think if you have family and, I know a lot of people like...
I see my family every day.
I know. I just know where I come from. It's a very important thing, and everyone goes to church the night before, and there's a whole ceremony, and
I guess
kids are waiting. And when I was a kid, I loved it. I mean, I would I remember trying to force myself to fall asleep, and Santa coming and all that stuff. But man, as a mid-30s business owner, it's stupid.
And also, if your family's local and you live local, if you're only seeing your family for Christmas, then you're just a bad family member.
Yeah.
Maybe Christmas should only be for people who have family in other states.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that.
If you can't prove that you have family outside of the state, you can't take any time off.
Yep, I'm okay with that. I think that's totally reasonable.
Our Christmas, absent like kids getting presents, is no different than like having our family over for the day.
And it's supposed to be like 80 degrees.
It's great. I can't wait. We're actually going to the beach on Christmas Day.
I'm so jealous. I mean, I love my parents. I love seeing them. I love all of that. It's supposed to also, there's a storm coming in to Ohio, like as we speak. So I'm hoping that like, at least there's snow on the ground, because that feels way more Christmassy to me.
Yeah.
Instead of just being freezing cold and like just brown everywhere. So I love it, but it's a little brutal.
Yeah,
wow,
I mean, I talked to someone yesterday.
Start a Christmas episode.
I talked to someone the other day. Yesterday, they're like, "Yeah, if we can't wrap this up today, I'll be back on the 9th." I'm like, 9th?
The 9th. There's so many 9thers out there.
Fuck
what the
you.
fuck are you doing on the 9th,
dude? No,
because I know exactly what they're doing. Because New Year's is like what, the Monday, Tuesday.
Yeah, get your ass back home.
The whole after. What the fuck?
People who do the week after New Year's. You're a sick fuck.
But no, this is perfect. New Year's Eve is Saturday.
Yes.
New Year's Sunday. Get the
Monday
fuck
back
on
to
the
work.
airplane, and Monday you're back in the office.
Yes. 9th. I got hit with so many 9ths. I was like, 9th.
I know. I'm getting hit with a lot of 9ths.
9th is insulting. Nope. You're not doing anything that's that important or that cool. Get your ass back home.
I even have employees who are, taking a break and they're like, hey, can we talk about, blah, 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 recap, blah, whatever. Yeah, even like a recap from last year. I have a question about my performance. Let's set up a meeting on the 9th.
What?
That the meeting should come with the pink slip.
Yeah, talking about your performance already in 2023.
You're off to a slow start, Billy.
Billy.
And I'm assuming like this is a Zoom.
Yeah. Phone call. It's a phone call.
You can't have a phone call between now and the 9th, and you work in an operations heavy business. You should be fired.
But that's everybody. Everybody is doing this. You can't get a hold of people.
No, but if you reach out to the boss, Drama, and say, I want to talk about my performance, and I can't get on a phone call for the next 2.5 weeks, you should be fired. I hope this person's listening to this podcast.
On the 9th. This is like if I said, hey guys, do you want to do a quick recap of White Lotus season 1? It's over. We're already into the second.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
J Powell needs to get to work. People are asking for 9th.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, we're not even. You have no idea the pain that's coming.
Oh yeah,
the 9th is the example of why we need 10% interest rates.
It is.
We're not even close to the beginning of the recession. The stock market pain, nothing.
We're talking about the 9th.
We're getting halved from here. Halved.
The 9th. The 9th is a problem.
Yeah, the 9th is ridiculous.
Canary in the coal mine.
Yeah, that is it.
It used to be like, the 4-day work week? Remember that was like a thing.
Oh, yeah.
Like, let me tell you something. If you're an employee at a company, you're anyone this holidays, do not fucking post what you're doing for your own sake.
I'm curious about this individual.
Especially if you're like,
what's the profile? Does this person have kids?
No, we don't want to. We're not going to go there. We're not going there. We're not going there.
No, but I'll answer that one question. No.
It's even worse.
Yeah.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
I think this holiday, given the climate, if you are posting on social media your fancy trip,
don't do it.
You're fucked.
You might as well just.
I don't get why people can't communicate though. I was in like a 15-hour different time zone at a wedding, responding to every chat, everything.
Yeah, but your chats are fun. It's not work. You're talking about football and fucking SBF. You're not talking about anything of significance.
I talk about all of us continuing to lose money in the stock market.
Yeah, but that's not a job for them. I get the idea that people need a break, so I'm not against the idea that people should take breaks. I'm not going to take a break. I don't have the luxury of doing that. But I understand people need breaks. That's fine. It's just next week is the break. And that's it.
I mean, this week is already pseudo break. Nobody, like when it comes to most staff, this week is already light.
Yeah.
You're most likely not working on, Friday or whatever. Next week is going to be slow. You take your extra days for New Year. I mean, how much of a break do we need? And I just want to say this for the sake of this employee. they'll never even be able to spot who they are because there's multiple.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not calling out one specific
But
person.
no, Jerome, this is the entire workforce. This is
I know.
not.
But this is a new phenomenon. This is a post-COVID world phenomenon because that would not have existed 5 years ago.
I mean, I think the LAUSD
I think
is
it
up
was
for a
wider
month.
before.
LAUSD is up for a month.
Yeah, but we
But
always
remember
had
when
time
we
off.
used to be in the
3
office?
weeks.
We used to be in the office and fucking, November 29th, it'd be like, yeah, well, let's talk on the 9th.
Yeah, the difference would be when in a pre-COVID era, you'd be like, yeah, go on your vacation, see your family, but, be by your phone. If we need something, like, just respond.
Yeah.
It's not like, take your SIM card out of the iPhone so they can't contact you.
Yeah,
You know what you should do is like we're giving bonuses on the 1st in office. You want a bonus? You gotta be here.
But that's too easy. Then
There's
to me,
never been a
everyone's
world-
going to show up and you have to pay all those fucking bonuses.
There's never been a world pre-COVID where the 9th existed. I'm sorry. I was in the workforce in that pre-COVID era. There was no 9th.
The problem is the fact that
you might be right.
yeah, maybe.
I mean, this is what I think. I think, if I remember right, I do think there
So
was
you're blaming
a larger...
the Chinese on the
blaming
9th.
Fauci, really, is what it comes down to.
Fauci.
I mean, the
What
virus
you're
has
saying is
caused...
Fauci funded the 9th.
The 9th is a function of the virus that was created in the lab.
By Fauci. Funded by Fauci. Or is that what you're saying? I'm not saying it. I'm asking if you're saying it. Anyway, it's good to start a Christmas. Look, I'm guessing a lot of people are really, doing their fake holiday cheer. Over here on group chat, we're going to hit you with the reality of the downside
Yeah,
of
nobody's
the
happy. Get out of here.
Once again, you jump way past. But man, it's something I'm just really glad that we can all bond on this because it's something that I've always felt. And I feel like unless you're in our position, or obviously a lot of people are in our position, meaning like responsible for a business and stuff like that. Like, it's a weird thing to talk about. Like, you can't talk about this with your family. You can't talk about this with a lot of people. They don't get it. They're like, oh, it's break time. What are you fucking complaining about?
Yeah. So the theory for me is like, okay, let's assume you take Friday off. This Friday, that's the 23rd. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You have 23rd through the 1st, basically is completely socially acceptable in society to have off.
Off, yes. Unanswerable, no.
But look, I'm even okay with unanswerable. If that's what you want to take a full week break, that's fine. I'm working with mega corporations where they literally was like, that's
part of their culture. Mega corporations, unanswerable.
Yeah, unanswerable.
We know that.
You take a break. That's just what the fuck you do.
Yeah, that's not a COVID style.
That's not like entrepreneurial, like growing startups and like growing businesses.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, I think everyone can accept the 23rd to the 1st very comfortably. Anything beyond that,
give you the 2nd. Recover.
Yeah, you get
first
the
is the
2nd this
recovery.
year.
That is the recovery day.
But the calendar helped you out this year.
Yeah.
You have perfectly New Year's on Saturday. There's no better, maybe New Year's on Friday. That would be probably, I guess, best case scenario. But
yeah,
I mean, you got the calendar on your side, but the 9th?
Yeah.
I also don't understand. Like, I don't want to be like Captain, hustle guy here, but like the way that my brain works is like, I also want to like relax and have a good weekend that weekend. But when the 2nd rolls around, like, it's go time. Like, the thought of like chilling that first week would give me such terrible anxiety that like, okay, now the race has started and you're chilling at the starting line for a little extra longer.
So I have a question. You obviously probably had to, it's most relevant to you because you were selling stuff online on Black Friday.
Yeah.
Every year that we had Black Friday, it was like whoever was relevant to the position of selling stuff, Thanksgiving evening, night to midnight, it was go time. How was it?
We did that.
Okay, you did.
We did that. Yeah, that was fine.
So that was acceptable to your staff.
That was acceptable. I will say, here's my honest assessment of it is the group that's really responsible for what you're talking about is really small here. We're still a pretty small company. So it's a pretty small group. They were there and they were whatever, but there was a little bit of like the ancillary, maybe something was needed over on social media or something was needed or, hey, what's going on with this? Where some of those response times were a lot longer than I expected. I will give credit to the culture of early Reckless, where like I remember sitting in my aunt and uncle's living room in Tennessee, like eating turkey with just messages flying around. This is down, this is out, post this, redo that. And everyone was really locked in. That isn't exactly how it was.
Yeah. It's the world. The world shifted.
Yeah. I agree.
It's all about happiness now.
But man, what a like.
It's so crazy. Like everyone's so focused on happiness, and depression's at an all-time high.
Depression's at an all-time high. Opioid usage all-time high.
You see American life is down.
Because we're sitting
for
around.
the first time in like...
Yeah, because
we're sitting around taking breaks. Yeah. Get to work. You know what makes you feel good? Getting to work.
Yes. Productivity.
Yeah. I forget what I was going to say there, but this is what I was going to say. I feel like regardless, even if the culture was the way the culture used to be, we're in for probably a rough year, 2023, in these type of businesses that we're talking about. But man, when you partner just already a rough year with this being the mindset, I feel like there's so many like rude awakenings coming that are going to be tough to swallow.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, don't you see this kind of double whammy of like, it would be tough no matter what the culture is. But if you have this sort of...
But here's the problem. And you know, this goes into our first topic. U.S. economy grew 3.2% in the third quarter. Consumer spending is still fine. Layoffs haven't really hit. As far as the average person is concerned, there is no recession. We're only seeing it from the macro level on like big shifts and like home purchasing way down. Interest rates are going up. We know companies are tightening their belt, but like it hasn't affected the average person at all. And now inflation is slightly lower. You know, you're seeing the price of things you wanted to be a little bit cheaper. So as far as you're concerned, I saw gas in LA yesterday for $3.99.
You know what's crazy? I filled up my tank the other day and it stopped at $98. And I was like, oh, it can't be finished.
Yeah.
Like I got out of the car thinking like the nozzle stopped early, you know,
that's
which
a few
absurd.
More dollars for your Christmas budget.
Yeah, but you're right. I think that you're right. But that's what I'm saying is, so the attitude is like, no, everything's all good.
Business owners are in panic mode. We're like, ninth, this shit's over. We're fucked. This is literally everyone I talk to is full blown mental breakdown, panic mode. Yeah. And then the average person, though, isn't dealing with that because their paycheck is coming. They're seeing things a little bit cheaper. They're going on their vacation. They're off till the 9th. They don't fucking care.
I mean, what's crazy to me is we did our like cost cutting conversation, you know, like let's huddle up, figure out where we're overspending. Let's really tighten it up. We did that now like 6 months ago.
Yeah.
Like I feel nervous about what's happening next year and that you might have to tighten up even more and it might be worse than expected. But like, not only are people not realizing it now, if you're just now realizing it even as a business owner, you're late and you're in for potential, you know, more hurt than needed. But it's just to me the combo of the everything's all good on one side and then like, oh my God, a hurricane is coming on the other side.
Yeah, you don't talk to anyone that has a grasp on the macroeconomy that's predicting a gangbusters 2023.
No, maybe Jim Cramer.
Yeah, maybe Jim Cramer. So I guess the point is like every conversation with any business owner, small to big, to any investor, small to big, to any macroeconomist that's famous, not famous, to any like Twitter economy person, everyone's forecasting the exact same thing.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Not good. No bueno.
Not good. No bueno.
And there's still these like things at play that could decimate. Like there's still Ukraine. There's still these things that are pieces on the board.
Yeah, and even
that could be devastating.
Like China is now, you know, slowly easing, and none of these people got properly vaccinated or have gotten COVID.
Yeah.
So it's going to spread like a wildfire there.
And they have a very elderly population. You're going to like, what's China going to do now that they're open? Their vaccine's largely ineffective. You have a much older population in the U.S. In the U.S., 1 million people died. Obviously, it's skewed older.
Yeah.
and their population is significantly older than ours.
Yeah.
So what are you going to see? Like
We
5
should
to
send
7
all
million?
our vaccines over to them because like we know ain't no one taking boosters now.
Yeah, that's done here for sure.
Like who's getting a booster? Are people still getting it?
You'd be
I talked to
surprised.
someone yesterday. He said he got a booster. It's my 4th booster.
Yeah, there's still a crew.
I
There's still a
tapped out.
pretty large
I tapped
crew.
out at 3.
To
Do
me,
you
it's
know
kind of
anyone?
like saying like who supports Trump still. Like
It's
they're
just
out
like-
there,
You
and
get the booster.
they're bigger than you think.
Yeah, actually, I think our mom got the booster.
Yep, she's
I'm
an
trying to think of-
older population.
Yeah.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
What's funny is now it's flu shot season, so like I know people.
Oh,
that
if
have
you're
gotten,
getting your flu shot now, you're way too late. I got mine in September.
yeah, I know people that got it a little 2 weeks.
I mean,
You're
it's
gonna
gonna-
go into flu season with the shot,
Can
not
I-
coming out of flu
Can I
season.
tell you something? I got a request for today from a customer. Masks.
Really?
I was like, whoa, this is fucking PTSD 2020.
NY Mayor Eric Adams just said it's time to mask up again.
I think that the masks are coming. I actually
But
think it's
not-
because of the flu. I think it's the flu. I actually think it's
But
way
it's
worse.
coming with a certain crowd.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
it's,
You're not gonna get you're not gonna get people to actually. You can't enforce it. I think it's been very difficult to enforce. But I could see masks coming back in certain parts of our life for the next 60 days. Easily.
But the question is like, does it get to the point where in order to walk into a store, you have to have a mask on?
I don't think so. Not in the U.S.
I think they'll say to do it, and some people will oblige. I mean, I see people wearing masks everywhere now.
people do wear masks, and that's going to
Yeah.
be a portion of the population that will never give up their mask.
Yeah,
But I don't see a situation, even in L.A., where there's a mask mandate to walk into a venue.
it's so funny. Like,
Yeah.
given what we know about data and science and stuff, I see people walking into restaurants still with masks on, and then when they sit down, they take the mask off.
It makes no sense. I mean, I see people
You have to
driving
wear
alone
the
in their
mask
car.
at all times.
If you're the person that's walking into a restaurant that does not mandate a mask and you don't keep it on, you have to like check yourself. Like, what am I doing?
Or why are you like? It's really hard to go to a restaurant, especially this restaurant was crowded, and the tables are right next to each other. They were all wearing masks walking in, and then they all took them off, obviously because they want to eat dinner
And
so
talk.
it's just like, how do you do this?
Yeah, it makes no sense. There's people. I see a lot of people driving alone with masks on in their car.
Look
Windows
at the
up.
Uber drivers. They're like, I, don't want the stink from
I
the
think the
No,
Uber
I can tell you
drivers-
because I've thought about that. I can tell you that
I
there
think
are
Uber drivers
definitely
do it.
some that aren't. Uber
If I was an Uber
drivers is okay.
driver, 100% I would wear a mask.
Yeah, customers
Yep.
are disgusting.
Disgusting. The shit
Yeah.
I even just see observing when I was walking around town, so gross. You
I
have
agree.
to wear a mask.
Definitely some. I can tell you for a fact, some of these people are not Uber drivers. It's just strange. It's a strange time.
Yeah.
What about here's some other news. Citadel, the massive hedge fund, is in the news because they are about to return, it looks like about $7 billion in profits. They just had a record, what was it, quarter or month? They were up 32% or something like that, something absurd. So there's that. I mean, things
this is
aren't
pretty.
all bad.
This is pretty easy to explain. They have everyone's trades before they decide what to do.
That is kind of a thing, huh?
So it doesn't matter if we're in a bull market, bear market. They see all the flow. That's their business. Their business is they buy data and trade on the data.
Seems like a winning strategy.
I don't think you can lose.
Yeah, I mean, but everyone has that. Everyone has that option.
Yeah, but they're the only ones that have that option and have built the infrastructure over 20 years to actually use it.
Yeah, but the alpha is that they just do it. It's other people.
They're getting investigated now. Finally, Congress is like, we need to think about this.
I think you got to let him free, man. He's great.
The way you said that.
Not
Let 'em
guilty,
free, man.
Yeah, not guilty, bro. He's not guilty. I'm down with him. He's great. He's just printing money. He has very important LPs, institutions that in America that need to have cash. He's returning $7 billion in basically the worst market since 2008. And my guess is he's ripping right now with the market fucking tanking.
He's up 32% through November.
But the
Do you know
loser
what he
here is
pro-
technically the retail trader, right?
Yeah. So he's buying flow from everyone.
Yeah.
He has built the infrastructure to high frequency trade that
I think it's kind of bullshit when people say like, "Oh, the system is rigged against the little guy," but like, there's definitely some areas where it's rigged against the little guy.
yeah.
Well, here's, in this case, I mean, the thing is, plenty of other funds are in the toilet this year. Most funds are in the toilet this year.
But they trade differently than these guys.
They're morons.
They're not high frequency traders. Like Tiger's not a high frequency trader.
Maybe they should think about it.
That's a whole different business model.
All that matters in the world of managing money is a high return. No one gives a shit how you get it.
I agree.
Mm-hmm. You just need to give. I'm just like, what are you doing, Tiger?
Yeah, what are you doing? Come on, Tiger.
32%. 32%.
I mean, talk about too, like this guy when he was going at the, there was the war with GameStoppers and the Redditors.
I was
like,
so sure that he was done. Ken Griffin was done.
I even joined in on that. I was like, oh,
that.
you shouldn't mess with these guys. You shouldn't blah blah blah. And then man, he just shit on everybody.
This is what I've learned. David has no shot. It is Goliath's reign in finance forever. Think about it. Even in traditional finance, we thought fintech was going to have an impact. They've basically been wiped off earth.
Yeah.
Fintech is fucked for years, right? What is working? Traditional finance.
What is working is you're playing in a different rule book. And as long as the rules don't change.
That's traditional finance.
It is. As long as the rules don't change, they're the kings.
It's such a, like, SBF was playing the game right, donating to politicians. He had the right strategy. He's just that he was committing fraud the entire time.
Yeah, he had to. That was his slingshot.
Yeah, it's just, if he had played it slow and just actually played the game of like, okay, I'm going to back politicians. I'm going to focus on lobbying for what I need done, blah, 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 blah. And took this over a 25-year period, he'd be king. No, he was trying to do it in 16 months.
Let me tell you what's going on at Citadel. There's no ninth conversation. Those guys are working through Christmas and New
There's no
Year's.
first conversation.
There's a first. He probably has a shareholder. Yeah,
he's gonna clear another 15% in the next 10 days.
I mean, I guarantee you, the market got killed today. He made a fortune. He probably made $1 billion today.
Yeah.
It's just not how I expected. Like if you go back to like GameStop era, if you would have asked me how the next year or two would play out and who would end up, what would be our topics for group chat, this isn't how I saw it.
It wouldn't be Citadel continues to.
I mean, who would have seen Citadel record earnings or profits, whatever, returns, SBF out on bail,
Sure.
GameStop nowhere to be heard. Like it's not what it seemed like.
Yeah, I mean, the turning point for what we thought was going to be finance basically reiterated
Turned
the
right
fact
back
that
around.
No, the key point is all this change and like shift in value and who can make money all made sense when we were handing out free money and we had 0% interest rates.
Yeah.
Now that that's changed, it's back to the old game.
Yeah.
And it's the same guys in the 80s, the 90s, the early 2000s that win. Because they're the only ones that have functioned in those environments. And everyone who's made money in the last 14 years, tech being the most, and never had to play in a different game.
And I think history is clearly, it repeats itself. And everybody in finance who lived through the 80s and whatever during that high inflationary period, they kept saying, they were on TV every day saying, we're going to raise interest rates and this shit's all going to come crashing down.
Everyone was saying it's over in the middle of 2021.
Yeah. And no one wanted to listen.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to listen.
Because most people started their business career after 2008 and only saw boom time.
Yeah.
And didn't even understand how interest rates can affect the economy, affect investing, affect growth.
Look at this. Lyft is worth $3.6 billion. They raised $4.5 billion.
Yeah.
I'm
not good at math, but
that doesn't seem good.
That's not a good return on investment.
Oh man, it really seemed like the disruption of the century was coming. I bought into it. Luckily I didn't financially buy into it, but I thought this is it. Screw Ken Griffin. Screw, they don't know what they're talking about.
Man, now we all have to go beg Ken Griffin for money.
Yeah.
Ken Griffin's not giving anyone any money. Let's be clear.
He's investing in something.
No, he's giving Republican PACs money.
Okay, well, maybe I got to be a Republican PAC.
Was it his list of donations? Whose list of donations came out the other? Yeah,
his.
He's Republican packed
He's
up.
Republican as it gets. And the funny thing about the chart, it was all in red, even though, I mean, obviously he's only donating to the red, but it was funny that they made the chart all red.
Is he in Miami?
And he moved to Miami.
West Palm Beach, I think.
I mean, look, if you live in Miami, you're printing money, you're donating to the red. I mean, it's on brand. He's got a strong brand. It makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
He has the most expensive condo in New York.
Most expensive house. He has the highest real estate in every state, basically.
As he should.
Yeah.
He's printing money.
32% in a bad year. He's
and the
unstoppable.
Redditors really thought they were going to get him out of there.
And I don't know.
Did you have a friend who worked there?
At Citadel?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why do you leave? Bad decision.
He's really smart. He's really
maybe not that smart. You should have left printing money.
32%.
But to my point, this individual who worked at Citadel, probably the smartest person quantitatively I've ever met in my life. He's not, when he's thinking about trading, has nothing to do with like, oh, Russia, oh, China lockdowns. It's pure math.
Yeah.
He's a math genius, and all he cares about is looking at the math.
Yeah.
And that's what Citadel does.
Love math.
He's not thinking about all the shit we talk about.
Yeah.
He's going to make money either way.
Yeah. To him,
dope.
group chat is probably just fucking gibberish.
We're like TMZ.
Just mumbo jumbo.
It's like fun.
We're sensationalism. Sensational. Shock value.
All right, here's some shock value. Fucking the ongoing SBF saga. So the guy was finally extradited. He was finally arrested. We got the perp walk photos. Felt really right. I think to me, it felt like, okay, finally reality is matching what it should, right? This guy's looking scruffy, untrimmed, being walked with his hands behind his back by some FBI agents. Today, there was a little bit of a curveball in the ongoing just nothing makes sense thing. He was released on bond, but the bond amount was $250 million. So just to be clear here for the listener, number one, in one of his interviews, he said something along the lines of, I don't know, I think I have a bank account somewhere with $100,000 in it. Trying to act like, whatever, I'm not a crook. The other thing is, just to be clear, like it looks like, it hasn't been proven in court, but it looks like there was massive fraud inside of FTX. Money was moved around. It was shared between Alameda and FTX. In that instance, there should be no money moving. Money should be frozen. We should be getting to the bottom of what's going on, and we should be clawing back as much as we can to give to the rightful owners. So where did this guy get $250 million? Is he not spending his stolen money on bond?
To be fair to SBF, he probably had to come up with $25 million, right? 10% bond is typical.
Yeah, I think if you commit a petty crime, I don't know what it is when you commit $10 million of fraud.
But even if it's $1 million, and I think the rumor is it's his parents' real estate. How do two Stanford professors have $25 million of real estate that's not coming from stolen funds?
Yeah.
And think about the jokes on us. We were like, oh, we're going to extradite him from this Bahamian prison and put him in the New York federal jail system. He was like, I know I'm going to be home in Palo Alto in about a day. Get me to the U.S. This was pre-negotiated.
Yeah.
But am I not mistaken?
Do you think he would have agreed to be extradited if he didn't know he was going home?
So he's going to have Christmas, Hanukkah.
Yeah, he's doing it all. He's probably not available to the 9th. He's on the courts.
Yeah. The 9th. He's a big 9th guy for sure.
Yeah, I'm trying to.
This is embarrassing.
Either way,
is absolutely.
He's from Palo Alto, right?
Mm-hmm.
I guarantee you. What's that shopping center? Santana Row?
Santana Row's in San Jose.
Okay,
The
isn't that
Stanford Mall is Palo Alto.
he'll be cruising the fucking mall
He's
this
trying a
week.
celebrity.
Yeah,
Like the way Kanye walked through Complex Con.
Yeah.
It's going to be
Yeah.
He
SBF
is,
walking
for real.
through Palo
I mean, I saw a
Yeah.
photo yesterday of I forget her name, but the Alameda, his girlfriend, like checking out in New York at a fucking coffee shop or something.
yeah. Life goes on.
I think this guy, whatever he has, and I hope in no way I come off insensitive here, like whether he maybe is on the autism spectrum or whatever it is, like I think it literally, or maybe it's just he's a sociopath. Like I think he truly doesn't understand like how serious this is, or like it just feels absurd, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's
Like, how are you not
insane.
nervous? Why are you going and doing interviews? Why are you on a virtual stage for the New York Times when, like, your life, you could potentially be going to jail for the rest of your life? Why are you tweeting? Like, this guy is psycho.
Why is our court system letting him go out?
I think the thing is, and I've said this in the pod before. Donald Trump always has the line: when you lose $1 million, it's your problem. When you lose $1 billion, it's the bank's problem.
It's not his line, but yeah.
Yeah,
It's
whatever.
a
He
famous
always
line.
used to say it.
But he used it well.
He used it well. He's good at those
He
things.
applied it, yeah.
That I honestly think he knows this is so fucked for the entire financial ecosystem, and he's just brazen about it. I don't think I can't keep giving people the pass. Oh, they have this issue, they have that issue. He's smart. He's not a dummy.
Wait, so what's your point, though?
The point
Why is the court
is
releasing him?
no, not forget the court. I'm saying on his point, he how brazen he is about the way he's talking.
Oh,
and
I don't think he thinks he did anything wrong. Like, in his heart of hearts, I don't think he goes to sleep thinking like, man, I really screwed over people.
Yeah, I think you become a
That is
sociopath.
wild. Yeah. That's sociopath behavior.
Yeah, I think he's a sociopath.
It's the way they talk about it. Like, I saw another quote, and obviously I'm just taking complete, like, just disclaimer. I'm just reading headlines and stuff like that. But there was something where they said, like, we don't really have any risk mitigation things in place. And they were using QuickBooks. And like, so are you saying that they're just so not in the know, so stupid in that regard of like how a company runs or whatever, that they were just going for it thinking nothing was wrong?
Yeah, I think it's all of it. I think they didn't think they were doing anything wrong. I think by the way, it would still be going on, and it may have never been caught
Until a correction, no.
Yeah.
What's funny is when
correction
people
happened,
blame, like
but-
fucking Mr. Wonderful blames Binance.
He's right. The party
But
would
that
have
just
kept going.
exposed the
He was
fraud.
getting
Exactly.
15 mil a year.
That's
He's
like getting arrested for robbery and blaming the cops.
Yeah.
That's true.
Like, what the fuck?
I know, but the problem is I guarantee you, in SBF eyes, he's like, this guy's doing the same thing, and I'm getting fucked.
Yeah, 100%.
That's
Yeah.
what he's pissed about.
He just
I
did it
guarantee
bigger.
you. He's just like, this guy's, everyone in this ecosystem is
And
doing the
how
same
is he
thing.
being secured in this home in Palo Alto to make sure he gets on trial? Will we see him again?
He's going to be at the mall this weekend.
Yeah,
They
you're right.
get-
I bet you he's not. This motherfucker's not running. He's not nothing. He's going to be at the mall.
Whatever the hottest restaurant is in Palo Alto, they're going to be him.
No,
and
it said he has to be confined to the home.
yeah, right.
Is he allowed to do podcasts?
Let's
Will he
get
be
him
on
on.
a fucking Washington Post interview
Yeah,
on
he's-
Zoom?
Yeah, he's going to do all of it.
Oh my
It's
God.
wild. And I don't understand how the court agreed to extradite him.
This is why
On
when
the
you've
condition.
been paying people off for 2 years, politicians, he has powerful
Yeah.
friends.
He's got a big hookup there. You know what's
This
so
time
much
I-
different about this than the Bernie Madoff, which is really fun from like a human, just watching how people act, is like Bernie Madoff. There wasn't people going out doing public interviews about how great Bernie Madoff was and how he was the best financial manager and how whatever. So when everyone got burned, they just got burned. Whereas now all these people that went out and like, vouched for him and all the Mr. Wonderfuls of the world, like nobody wants to just admit they got duped.
Duped, yeah.
And so you see everyone like trying
Dancing.
to like,
Kevin
like,
O'Leary.
well,
That
Bill
guy.
Ackman.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Bill Ackman.
Like, what are you doing?
Yeah. No, because no one wants to admit they're wrong.
I know.
And what's
it's
so
crazy.
brazen about the court system releasing him, because Madoff didn't have any bail.
Yeah.
If you were a Madoff investor, you were at some level of sophistication. You weren't retail Joe
Yeah.
to get into Madoff's fund. This is American retail.
Schmucks.
Yeah, got screwed. And
But
they don't have
also,
any.
Madoff, you knew you were taking the risk of investing with a person who runs a fund.
Right. Correct.
You weren't doing that with FTX. You weren't even signing up for that.
him investing your money. Yeah. You were signing up for an
Yes.
exchange.
Yeah. As a custody of your crypto.
But is this not like, this is a big example, but I just want to ask this question and make the point if it's right. Is this not like similar to me, like signing up for an online poker website, depositing $5,000 with the intent of playing poker with that, and that $5,000 that is just in my account being vanished? Is it not similar to that?
Yeah, it's very similar, right?
Like I'm not in
Yeah.
no
Like
way am
before
I
you even
investing
played?
that money.
Yeah, before you played. Yeah, before you played.
Yeah, that's right.
That's wild.
Yeah,
That's
the
so much
people who
worse
just-
than how it's being painted still.
But yeah, and it's no different than you. Yeah, I mean, it's shit. It's bad. It's just bad. I don't know what else to say.
All right. Let's get into some more positive news, I guess. The NFL Sunday ticket, which not my area of expertise, I can only imagine is a massive sports, piece of sports media, is going to YouTube starting next season. YouTube's got it. So I think we've talked a lot about how like Amazon should take these things, YouTube, the streamers, there's so much value there. And it's like arguably sports on linear TV is like one of the things just keeping linear TV relevant. But I think you're starting to see that happen. And here's a big move in that direction.
Yeah, it's huge. $2 billion a year. Interesting enough, DirecTV was paying $1.5 billion a year.
Wow.
I
Good for NFL.
can't for the life of me why they wouldn't. I mean, the entire value of this company. I had DirecTV for all those years.
Yep.
My current location doesn't allow it, but like all these years I had DirecTV and was specifically for the football package.
Yep.
Can you
Now
explain
I
to me
have
real quick for the layman, for me, what is Sunday ticket includes what? Like all the games, all the
Sunday tickets, basically you get to watch every game. So right now, if you don't have Sunday ticket, you get to watch whatever CBS and NFL in your local market plays. So if you're in San Francisco and it's 1 p.m., the only game, if you don't have the Sunday ticket, is to watch the 49ers. You're not going to be able to watch like Packers Bengals.
Got it.
Yeah.
So Dee, that's what you watch. That's your DirecTV. That's essentially it.
Yeah, and so then eventually, years go by, they allowed Sunday ticket to be you can buy it a la carte now. So I subscribe to Sunday ticket. I do not have DirecTV, but I pay, I think, $99 a month during the football season just to have Sunday ticket. And then they
so
charge you
much.
another, I don't know how much more to get Red Zone channel, which I want, obviously. And so you inevitably end up spending, I think you end up spending $300, $400, $500. I forgot exactly what it is for the season just to watch these fucking games. And so it's an extremely valuable property and probably has some price. You could charge a little bit more. I mean, basically we're paying whatever it takes to have it. And so today, DirecTV lost that. So now if you're just a you're casual NFL fan that use DirecTV, you have no real reason to keep DirecTV. You now it's up to you go to the best price. You go to Spectrum, you can go to whatever. Whoever's cheapest, you'll go.
Yeah.
So
like why? Yeah.
Couple interesting things. The NFL was seeking $2.5 billion.
Yeah, which I think when Apple left, it was out.
So that's
Recession.
a pretty big haircut from 2.5 to 2. And they're saying with bars and restaurants, they may get there because you pay more because you're servicing, 100 people at a bar or whatever.
Yeah.
I think from a fan perspective, it's going to be a bit of a disaster because a lot of bars and restaurants, they have to now upgrade to smart TVs. So right now, Thursday nights on Amazon, and I can't tell you the number of places I've been out to dinner where I'm like, not want to be laser focused on a game, but I'm like, I want it up there so I can like glance and they're like, oh, we don't have Amazon.
Yeah.
So that's going to create a bit of chaos with across the country where everyone's going to have to now upgrade their TVs and such. And, you know, if you're
think about the kind of big move of if tens of thousands of bars or hundreds do that and abandon their cable box, like now you're committed that way. You know, like let's just say they all get Apple TVs.
Mm-hmm.
You know, in the back instead of a cable box, which, you know, whatever, who cares, one for the other. But now it's really like, I think this is a really big moment in like the war of cable versus
and especially because
streaming.
YouTube has YouTube TV.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
we
what
pretty
I
much
use.
get all the channels.
It's
It was delayed. The sports are delayed on YouTube TV. That's the only thing. I wonder what they're going to do with the ticket. They have to upgrade that, right?
Yeah, you got to figure out how to make that live.
Yeah. You don't want that.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I pay for YouTube Premium today, which allows you to download videos for the kids because they want Blippy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, dude, I was just looking at all the subscriptions we have, and I did a cleanse 6 months ago. Now I got to do a hard cut.
Cable's really on the chopping block.
Yeah, I mean,
especially
I
with
have Spectrum. I don't need it. Maybe I just cut Spectrum and get YouTube TV and get my football package there.
yeah, that might be the only solution.
Fuck, Google's in a great place.
This is a terrible.
$2 billion is fucking nothing.
For Google, yeah,
It's nothing. I can't believe DirecTV let this go.
Well, I mean, think about it. What if DirecTV was like, we'll go up to 1.9? They're like 2. We'll go up to 2.1. You think what's the number? YouTube would have said no.
Yeah, I think because 2.5, they clearly said no.
Yeah.
I mean, I would say DirecTV's value is inherent in this fucking deal.
Is this the most valuable NFL media
deal.
package you could
But
buy?
by the way, this is just Sunday Ticket. This is not the airing on CBS,
ESPN,
Fox,
Monday night,
ESPN,
Thursday night.
The genius of the NFL, which I don't think even Disney has done this at this level, is they have this one piece of IP, which is NFL games that happen for 17 weeks plus the playoffs, right? They have figured out how to make money in like 30 different ways. There's a Monday night deal. That's just for one game a week. There's a Sunday night deal. That is just for one game. There's a Thursday night deal. Then there's the regular deal of CBS and Fox has to pay. Then there's the Sunday Ticket for everybody else to watch. There's an international deal for every fucking country too.
Yeah.
They're
NFL's
brilliant.
a beast.
I mean, NFL is a
Because, you know, I saw everyone was like, World Cup, 4 billion people watched, which, okay, maybe
when's the next
whatever
one?
that number is, 4 billion, 5 billion, who cares, right? It doesn't matter. It's just not worth as much as NFL.
No, it's not, because the American consumer is the only thing that matters.
Yeah.
Sorry, the rest of the world.
It means zero.
Yeah.
You don't need to advertise, and it's just unfortunate.
Yeah, like India, Pakistan has like 1.5 billion people watch that match. No one's paying for that shit. For the rights to broadcast it.
And the World Cup is every 4 years.
Yeah.
Every 4 years.
Okay, so that's also like great.
Yeah, it's okay. And they're comparing it to Super
Football
Bowl,
is
but
17 times a week.
yeah, and every time it's record high
Amazon,
ratings.
Amazon paid $1 billion just for the Thursday night game.
And it's like
They're all shitty games.
Yes. They purposely schedule the worst game, and Amazon's like, cool, here's a Billy.
Yeah, because everyone's going to watch because it's the only thing on, and we're all just addicted to NFL like opioids.
Yes, I'm so addicted to it. I need to watch everything. I love it.
The NFL
I'm
crisis
so jealous
is
of that. Like that's how I am, I guess, maybe like with certain UFC fights or maybe some really high level boxing fights. But I don't.
And by the way,
you guys get constant content injected into
it's
your
just
veins.
dopamine after dopamine.
and I don't even gamble anymore. I haven't gambled in 6 years. I play fantasy, but it's not like my life. I enjoy it. I play it. I'm just a fan. Like Joe fan just wants to watch football all day.
Yeah, I'm so jealous. It's such a great thing.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Because it's not like, I mean, I'm sure some people do it, a little too heavy, but like you just get this constant drip for half of the year of like something to look forward to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're like engaged
'cause
in a storyline first.
This YouTube deal doesn't even include the Thanksgiving games because those are all national broadcasts.
Wow.
Because that's on CBS, Fox, and NFL Network.
It's pretty crazy that like...
And those are the most watched games.
Yeah, because people don't realize Sunday Ticket is just one piece of the pie.
Sunday Ticket is purely for gambling.
Yeah. Or just, I mean, I watch it.
Yeah, but most people that are grinding like
17
Washington
games.
Commanders versus like
Jaguars.
Jaguars, that's purely gambling.
Yeah. You're
it's just
degenerate.
so crazy how many ways like two teams playing a game can be monetized.
Well, I think it's what
and fantasy.
The thing that to learn, and I think this is like for specifically even for you, Drama, in your business.
Mm-hmm.
If you have a powerful piece of IP, how many different ways you can monetize it?
Yeah.
We as IP holders don't really actually know how to monetize it at the level of like a Disney or an NFL. They're finding pockets everywhere.
It's wild. It's so true. The NFL business breakdowns is one of the best.
I gotta listen to that.
I listen to it. Yeah, it's
so
great.
I would watch it if it was during a game.
Wait, what are you saying?
I just like I couldn't even get to watch. I don't know if I'd spend the time to listen to it because if I'm thinking about NFL, I want to watch a game.
Yeah. You're an addict.
Yeah, man.
You can't drive by the liquor store.
Like I didn't have Sunday Ticket last year because I was just like, when do I even have time to watch football? But by December, I was like, I signed up for it. I was like, what am I doing? What am I doing with my life?
I have Mikey's login, so that's what I was doing.
Cheapskate.
You're like on your phone and stuff too, like when you're traveling.
Yeah, even in my own house, I don't get control of the TV.
Yeah.
I'm watching Sunday Ticket on my freaking phone.
That's amazing. Okay. Well, there it is. Props to YouTube and really the NFL is the real winner here.
And like this is the reason why the top announcers in the NFL, they work 17 days and they get paid like $20 million a year.
I know.
How crazy is that?
What a great gig. I really feel like Tony Romo and even what Shaq and them Charles do for the NBA, like it's just such a dream scenario. Like you fall in love with this sport, you play it at such a high level, and then you just print money like talking about it. Like imagine we said this before a long time ago. Imagine if we could have our businesses, sell them or whatever, and then just get paid like 20 mil a year to do group chat. It would be the dream.
The goal.
Just talk about other people's businesses.
And the NBA guys have to do 3 days a week in Atlanta. Romo's just showing up on a PJ Saturday night and he's home Sunday night
Hammered.
for dinner.
You're right.
And he's doing no prep anymore. He just knows the game. If you watch Tony Romo, he's like, oh, there's number 17. There's number 7. He doesn't even know the names of the people anymore.
Is that what he's saying?
Yeah, he's like totally checked out. The first year he was locked in. He knew everything. And now they're like, oh, they're going to pay me $20 million just to yell jersey numbers?
Oh, my God. There really is also like a high, like there's a beautiful story of the pro athlete, and then there's a really dark one, you know?
Yeah, like Brady has a $300 million deal waiting for him once he leaves the NFL.
God. Go take that deal, Tom.
Yeah, seriously.
Call Giselle, take that deal. Let's get it together. Okay, winners, losers, content. Let's wrap it up. Dee, who's your winner for the week?
My winner of the week is a guy named Jerry Edmond. He is a Patriots fan, who sat at a Raiders game. Raiders played the Patriots. And I think at the end of the game was the crazy ending where
the lateral
touchdown, whatever, and the Raiders won. And the fans went nuts. There's a psychopath video that got released after the game of this woman just screaming and yelling and cursing at this guy wearing a Tom Brady jersey, black dude. He does not show an ounce of emotion toward her, give her any attention. He's just sad his team lost. Anyways, he doesn't do anything. I guess he goes home. The video gets posted on the internet, goes absolutely insanely viral. Since then, basically everyone is against this woman because she's complete crazy. I think the Raiders said she's not welcome back in the stadium anymore. A ton of people reached out to him saying they'll give him tickets to games, whatever. Robert Kraft is going to have him on the field during pre-games.
for the rest of the
weekend.
season?
No, just for the game. This weekend's game,
Wow.
saying he's a great fan. He should come to the game. It's kind of crazy.
That's
like,
awesome.
it's awesome. And I'm just shocked. This guy, you have to watch this video. I think anyone else on earth would have slugged the shit out of her.
Yeah, I saw the videos back.
She just like screaming in his face.
Screaming in his face.
Insane. Like I'm a pretty annoying fan to be around, I would say. If you get me riled up, like I'll torment you.
Yeah.
We've been in some tricky situations.
Yeah.
I know. Oh, man.
But this is like insane. So
I gotta
winner
watch
is
it.
Jerry Edmond holding his composure. Because I don't think anyone else would have reacted this way. I don't care, man, woman.
Yeah.
I don't care. No one's acting like this. Everyone else is knocking this woman out.
I will say these moments are really like the bright side of social media, you know? Like there's just no way like that would have been seen or he would have had that moment.
Yeah.
Without social media. There is a positive side every now and then. That's great.
Yeah.
Props to him. And to Kraft for, spotting it and doing it. Like, I think that's such a big thing when you see those moments around your team or your brand or your whatever, like taking a moment to actually act on it is really cool.
Yeah. Really cool.
Anand, who's your winner?
My winners are Argentina. The footage from the parade saying, what was it, like 5 million people in the streets of Buenos Aires. And it's so cool that it unified the country in a way that I don't think in 2022, leading into 2023, anything in America would unify us in that sense. And
Super Bowl.
No, there's someone loses.
Yeah.
Someone loses. Can you think
even
of
World
something?
Cup wouldn't have even done anything.
No, because here's what happened. Even if the U.S. won the World Cup, like, oh, they went there to make a political statement. I'm boycotting these guys.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I agree. Props to them. Did you see Messi almost get clotheslined off the bus?
Yeah. It's wild. It's wild.
That bus
They
route
had to helicopter them in and out of the parade.
That should
And
help
there's
their
footage of him trying to get into
100%
his
inflation.
Yeah. There was footage of him trying to get into his house. Like people were just...
Yeah, I don't know. He's got to get back to Spain.
Yeah.
Or wherever.
You're out of there.
I saw Mbappe already training.
He better
He's
be.
the next goat.
Yeah, he's going to have plenty of World Cups ahead of him.
Yeah. And
He's already got one.
Was it true that Messi said like his career was kind of coming to an end and it was like, I might not ever have a World Cup?
Well, this is probably his last World Cup.
This is his last one.
Yeah.
So the rumors the MLS team in Miami is trying to get him.
Yeah, now you can sail off into the sunset.
Yeah. They're thinking about putting him on
the
money
banknote, right? Yeah.
That's crazy.
Okay, my winner is actually very similar. I didn't know, I'm obviously not in the loop on soccer. I read the story of Messi and his wife. It's just a beautiful story. And they're just huge winners. I saw his wife. She's this beautiful woman. And, I don't know, in my mind, not that I rushed to this judgment, but like, she just looks like a beautiful, like athlete's wife, and cool. But they met when they were 9 years old. He was playing video games. She brought him water. And
Wow. I didn't know all this.
Yeah. They met when they were 9 years old. And then they stayed in touch. And then she went through a really tough time. She lost a close friend and he came home to be with her. And then they decided to be together and they've been together since they were very
That's
young.
awesome. They what,
It's a
2-3
beautiful
kids?
story.
Yeah, I think 3.
Yeah, it's
So
cool.
there you go.
Kids got
Some
to see
winners.
it.
It's a real fairy tale. This whole Messi thing, like once again, I just thought Messi's the GOAT. I don't know. He's probably won 5 World Cups. I don't fucking know. But now that it happened and you read like, oh, this is his last World Cup and he won it and they didn't know if he would ever win one. And it's like this whole storyline is just so great.
Yeah.
Good for Messi. Who's your loser, D?
My loser is Elon again.
What did you do?
The reason why is Tesla stock is just getting hammered.
Yeah.
Hammered.
Big time.
It's another 10% today.
Yeah. So it's
That's another $43 billion. They were a $430 billion company on Tuesday's episode.
Yeah.
He's also blaming inflation.
Shout out to Michael Burry. He was shorting Tesla.
Yeah. I mean, he probably shorted it at 400 billion all the way up to $1 trillion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now he's going to claim
Got
he's
a long
right.
way to go.
Just one Twitter acquisition created the stock.
Yeah, and
It's so stupid what Elon did. Oh my God. It's so dumb. He got bullied into buying Twitter and he's cratering his like mothership.
magical company.
I think
And then
long term it'll work though. I'm still on that side.
there's a deal.
Which will work? Twitter or Tesla?
I'm saying
Well,
long
Tesla
term.
worked.
I think Tesla's already worked. It'll rebound, and then I think Twitter long term will work. And
now the problem now, Tesla has to work through earnings, meaning like you want to get valued at 400 billion, you're going to be held to a different standard than you were 6 months ago, where you had
that's for sure.
the
They're not going
worship of
anywhere.
Elon. No, they're not going anywhere. But like for them to be $1 trillion company again, you're talking like 5-10 years.
I didn't
I don't
realize
think
that
so.
Elon co-founded OpenAI.
He's co-founded everything.
That's fucking absurd. Anyway, I agree with you right now. I think he's a loser, but I do think Twitter, who knows? I think if anything's going to go, it's going to be Twitter, obviously. But like Tesla's going to be okay. I think the thing that's so stupid is Elon is like publicly on Twitter, like engaging with, the haters and blaming essentially Tesla's stock dive on inflation and people selling selling stocks because it's not a great bet anymore. It's just a little not paying full attention.
Yeah, and I think the other thing is like the richest man in the world again is now Bernard Arnault. It's basically we've rewound back to pre-technology. It's the same people that are rich again. It's the same everything. It's like it's crazy how much like basically tech wealth has just been completely wiped off the earth.
Because it was fantasy land, I think we all knew it, and it was like Anand keeps saying the zero interest rates and just money piling in, and you get valued for.
I don't even understand how venture capital will exist if you can't get outsized returns anymore. Like at the scale it is, like you know how many funds there are and so much money. There's not that much value to create.
But there's so much money in those funds still, right?
I agree. So I think it's more 10 years down the road.
Yeah.
Do people still continue to give thousands of venture funds all this money?
I think in the next 3 years.
What is the most successful company in the last decade? I don't even know. Is anything?
I mean,
venture backed. Not there's others there's a lot of non-venture backed companies that are.
What do you consider successful?
That gave
how big of a company?
I mean, outsized return. I mean,
there's even those SaaS companies that have traded down 80-90%. If you were in early, you're still at like hundreds of X.
I know, but so to create the next generation of those that type of, you need low interest rates again.
Yeah, you 100% do.
Which is going to take
until
a long
the
time.
Fed pivots.
Yeah.
I think not 10 years, D. I think 3 years venture must look very different.
I think 3 years and then the party starts again because we should be in a low interest rate environment by then.
Yeah, I mean, everyone wants the party to go.
Yeah,
I mean, I have to believe at some point they just turn the party back on, right?
It's not.
I mean,
next
that's
year.
what they said in the .com bubble. Oh, it's not, and then we got 14 years of 0% interest, and everyone's a genius tech investor.
Yeah, I feel like when do they start lowering rates? 2024.
Yeah, definitely not next year. No chance.
I think first half of next year you pivot. You're not going to get back to where we were, but you'll get signaling that they're
but you're not going to actually lower interest rates next year. Absolutely
I said
not.
within the first 6 months.
That's your bet? First 6
Wow.
months
Not like
interest
I
rate.
could bet. I would bet no change. Even higher interest rates than we have today.
Even if we're going to cut by a quarter point.
No fucking way.
Yeah, that's my prediction. Your prediction's different.
Okay.
You need to cuss at me.
I had to. I had to be emphatic.
Come on, dude, in the Laker hat. Come on, you snowflake.
Yeah.
You can take it.
Your liberal pussy and your low interest rates.
I love low interest rates. I can't wait for low interest rates.
Snowflakes love low interest rates.
Yeah. They love high taxes and low interest rates. Okay, what are we on? On in loser? Is that right?
Yeah, Salt Bay.
Oh God, what a loser! I mean, when it comes to just the face of a loser,
yeah. What's he even doing on the field?
I don't know.
We didn't even let Kevin Hart on the field when the Eagles won. Remember, he got escorted off.
Turkey.
He's from Turkey. He's not from Brazil, Argentina.
Yeah, and it's just
and then he try to clout chase and get a picture.
To grab Messi, yo, but here I am. What?
Yeah, I can't believe that even was allowed.
Well, I mean,
I know in that part of the world, Salt Bae is like a god, but I mean, come on.
Unfortunately, like once you become like that level of fame, you think you're that level of fame forever, and so you think people give a shit about you.
Yeah. That is true. It's hard to like.
Nobody even knows your name, bro. They think your first name is Salt. Literally, if you ask anyone in the world, what is that guy's name?
No one would know.
They would say Salt Bae. Do you know how ridiculous that is? Bae is like an affectionate term for like your significant other, and your first name is Salt.
Yeah,
Mr. Bae. Is his name Nurset, or that's the name of his restaurant?
Nurset.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
do you think?
I don't know anything.
He got roasted on social media for pretty much the last week since that happened.
Yeah.
Do you think it had any boost or decline or no effect on his restaurants?
No effect.
No effect.
Yeah, I think it is a boost because people are like, oh yeah, that guy, he has restaurants. We should go check it out.
He's got good meat.
Yeah.
And there are some people that like, the joke of it all. You want to go there
funnier.
even more because it's the joke. Yeah. I mean, the guy was
I would go,
funny,
if I knew he was the one in Beverly Hills, I'd go eat there and just take a picture with him. Like,
and make fun of me.
This clown is taking a picture with me.
Didn't you guys go?
We went. Yeah.
It was terrible.
It was terrible,
It's disgusting.
Right?
It's a terrible restaurant. And I hate to like talk shit about restaurants. Yeah. That's a terrible one.
Yeah, he got put on blast. My loser is, I don't know, I guess all of us. It looks like we just passed the $1.7 trillion Omicron bill, or whatever it's called, omnibus spending bill. It's just absurd. I mean, we're just wild inflation, so many things going on, so much danger looming. And we're just passing these $1.7 trillion bills, which I saw a couple Twitter threads where people kind of broke down like what was in it. Number one, the size of it, like it was like 4 phone books big. There's no way anyone read it.
One congressman read it and broke down all these ridiculous. We're giving 56 million here, 150 million there. It is such. They call it like pork belly spending. It's a joke.
It's a
How
joke.
much
Especially
money
right now?
Like when these senators and congressmen and congresswomen are lecturing every corporate America, everyone this about taxes and money, and then we as the government is like, we've given Ukraine, I don't know, $50-60 billion.
Yeah.
And
isn't there like 40 billion in this bill?
Yeah, it's insane.
Is it in this bill? I know that's why Zelensky was here campaigning for it.
So he came here and got a different thing. He got
extra money,
Patriot missiles and all these different things. This is an additional, separate from his trip here, $45 billion, I believe.
Yeah.
I believe. For the listener, I think, I'm pretty sure I'm right. But you know what?
You should just take that money and buy Tesla stock.
For real. What blows my mind is your average person, or maybe this is a more democratic thing. Maybe I'm wrong, or a little bit in our bubble. It like is really, really concerned about like taxes and like tax the rich and we need more taxes for these. But nobody talks about how do they spend the money. Like, nobody looks at that.
No. You don't do that.
Just more money. We just need more. I mean, if we would have went and taxed all the rich, that bill would have been 2.5 trillion.
Hey, to be fair, this was bipartisan, 68-29. So you had Republicans voting for it. This isn't like Democrats.
They're also stupid. They're both stupid.
But they also they get chipped off long term because of these type of things.
Yeah, they're just passing.
These are people that are going and doing their speaking tours, and you remember that omnibus bill? Come on.
What's crazy is $858 billion in military spending. And it's $45 billion more than Biden asked for. They were like, "Hey, take an extra 45."
Yeah.
You really go.
It's just wild, man. It feels so crazy.
It's just stupid. We're a bunch of idiots.
Yeah, we are. Okay. Content recommendations. Dee, what should everyone check out this weekend?
Keep watching the NFL. If you're in fantasy football playoffs, you are in a very big next 2 week stretch.
Huge.
I can't relate.
You can't relate. You didn't make it in any league.
No. Not this one. In one league, I made one round, but my main league, I lost.
I got a big matchup against Brian Toll. Looking forward to beating the shit out of him this weekend, and then move my way into the finals. I'm kind of a fantasy mensch.
You are
Where's-
weirdly good at it. I don't know how.
Are you really? Did
Yeah,
you guys do an
he-
Office one this year or no?
No Office one.
Where's
But I'm
Super
just
Bowl?
Scottsdale.
Oh, that's great.
During Waste Management. You should come out, play some golf.
Oh, yeah. Maybe I will. When is it again? Jan? Feb? Mid-Feb?
First week of Feb.
Valentine
Yeah.
weekend, I think.
Is it? It's that late?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
That's going
It'll
to
be
be
17
absurd.
weeks. They added an extra week to make more money.
Oh my God. Waste Management plus Super Bowl in Scottsdale is going to be absurd.
It was the same
Guys,
when we
heaven.
went.
Oh,
Guys
it's like
heaven.
a Barstool fucking heaven. If you die at Barstool and go to heaven, you go there. The one we went to was in Scottsdale?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's great. Okay, Anand, content?
My content is, similar to D. We have NFL both Saturday and Sunday, and we have a whole slate of NBA games on Sunday.
Fantastic.
It's unbelievable.
God bless America.
God,
And
Christmas,
nobody
man.
else.
But the only problem is the NFL is just
Yeah.
shitting on the NBA because the Christmas day was typically
Yeah.
just NBA. The NBA got screwed. It's on a Sunday. No one's watching it.
Nobody's watching. Like zero.
And with all the injuries, Steph Curry's injured.
Yeah.
Lakers are on a downturn.
Yeah, I'm just sorry. I'm not watching NBA. I'm watching NFL on Sunday.
Yeah,
I gotta get into.
You just, if you
Football.
just, yeah.
I mean,
I got
it's
some
Thursday
betting.
night. I just bet the Jags Jets. Why? I'm bored.
Yeah.
I'm not even betting, and I'm excited to watch the game.
The problem is there's like this hump that you got to get over, like where you have to
You know
start
what you should do?
understanding
You
a little
should
bit of
do
story.
like $10 on like DraftKings
Yeah,
or
you're right.
FanDuel.
That's the way.
Just doing that would get you excited.
Mhm.
But we can't do that, right?
Yeah, you can.
Non-
FanDuel?
Non-California. You can do FanDuel. You can do
This-
draft a roster versus some random schmo.
Yeah.
You can't bet on the game.
No. But you
outright
could
in
play. It's like
California.
fantasy football.
Yeah,
But
it's
that's the
like
hump I
fantasy.
got to get over. Is like I don't know who anyone is. I don't know the storyline.
You'll learn
Like,
quickly if you start
Yeah.
losing money.
Let me tell you,
That's true.
I was walking on I forgot at the park the other day, and this woman with 3 kids, she's like, "God damn, Josh Allen with 45 points."
Really?
Yeah. She,
No, fantasy's very both males and females. It's not a male-dominated sport.
fantasy sports
great.
is bigger than the entire technology industry. What is fantasy football? $200 billion business.
Yeah,
I mean, how many millions of people?
Yeah.
Do you know how much money I'm participating in fantasy football plus pay CBS to
Did you
host
say
the
200
thing?
million? That's
200 billion.
Yeah.
What's the average person spending on fantasy football a year? $1,000?
No, most people have low-stakes leagues.
$500?
No, you'd be surprised. I know, like people our age that are in like $50 to $100 leagues.
$50? No one's doing $50.
But there's so many of them, and people I
Yeah.
feel like are in multiple.
Yeah, if you're okay, maybe if you're in 3 $50 leagues, no one's doing $50 fantasy football.
You'd be
It's
surprised.
everybody.
I think
Yeah, I know.
100. I think 100 is fine.
But college kids aren't doing that. More than that.
$100? It's 17 weeks of joy.
Yeah.
It's like
Hey,
$5 a game.
You want to know what's crazy? Well, this is a complete topic jump, but it's in the realm of content. Is I went to watch your Murdoch docuseries. I watched the first 20 minutes, loved it. It's amazing. Can't wait to come back tomorrow. They pulled it. It's off HBO.
What?
Wow, where's
Apparently,
it on
so I
now?
read an article. So it says that it's on the CNN app, but I downloaded that shitty app and nothing would play.
I
like
thought
nothing.
CNN's over.
I think maybe it is because nothing plays. But I read an article about it. Apparently, everyone's doing this cost cutting thing and whatever. And HBO Max is taking off a lot of shows because they have to pay residuals and they have to do all this stuff, and they're just wiping shows off of
Oh
their.
man, maybe
Yeah.
check Apple TV. Maybe you could just buy it. It's
Yeah,
worth
I'm
it.
gonna
It's
look.
so good.
Yeah. It looked so good, man. Because I love Succession, and obviously it's like the real life Succession. And I watched, the first 20 minutes or 30 minutes of it. It was so good.
It's really good.
My content, for all my, there's a certain type of people that are into this type of thing. David Goggins just released a new book. The audiobook is significantly better. On this one, I usually hate audiobooks because he does a little like mini podcast in between each chapter. But, he's just wild. David Goggins, I don't know if you guys are familiar with him.
He's
goes
the
on-
runner guy, right?
Yeah, like I'm in
Yeah.
a chapter right now where he's talking about running the Moab 240, which is a 240-mile race.
Stupid.
In the fucking desert, like over mountains and whatever.
Why
And
you
it's
gotta do
just-
that?
I don't know. He's just
He was 300 pounds at one point and then decided to go through Navy SEAL training, right?
Yep, correct. Yeah,
Big Joe Rogan guy.
Yeah, he was on Rogan
I
last
know.
week.
on Rogan
That's
a lot. Yeah. He's
That's how he
I
blew
think
up.
his goal, like his sort of goal is like, I'm going to be the craziest guy with like discipline and like what your body can take to inspire little Johnny to like go run 3 miles on the weekend. You know, like
Put the ruffles down, Johnny.
yeah, come on,
Yeah, and like
Johnny.
he has like a torn meniscus. If I saw that clip on Rogan,
He had like a torn everything. Like literally,
and
I
he's
just
still running on.
You know, these
and-
extreme guys don't motivate me. What motivate me is when I see like, the neighborhood fat guy lose 15 pounds. I'm like, hey, that guy really inspired me.
That's a niche.
Yeah.
That's fair. You
People
should
in
start
my
like a-
life
yeah.
that I see lose weight is more inspiring than like, I'm never going to run Moad or whatever that is. Like 200. Who cares?
Yeah. No, there's something to that. You could maybe start like a platform of just regular dudes losing 10
Just like
pounds.
moderately overweight.
Yeah.
Can you get to moderately in shape?
Yeah. Like I'm just looking for moderate
gains.
moderate gains.
Yeah.
Do you want just enough?
ModerateGains.com. And it's like, in order to get on, you have to prove like your before and after. Oh, you lost 10 pounds. That's
Do you
great.
want to be the least fat guy in your neighborhood?
Yeah.
Come on over to Moderate Gains.
On over to Moderate Gains.
That's what I want. I'm never going to be that guy.
You want to make 4% a year on your portfolio? Come on over to Moderate Gains.
Risk-free 4%.
Isn't it 5 now?
Yeah.
Just slightly underperform inflation over at Moderate Gains. Portfolio management. Okay, that's all we got. Do we have shout outs?
Yeah, we have 2 shout outs. First one is to Stephanie from her husband, Paul Hummel. Huge birthday shout out on December 27th.
Happy birthday.
They're traveling for the holidays. What?
You said happy birthday.
Oh, happy birthday. Yeah, happy birthday. They're traveling for the holidays and they listen to group chat on those long drives during the holidays. So enjoy. We'll
Careful
have
of that weather.
Yeah.
Got a winter storm raging across the country. Texas is freezing. Ohio, everyone, except for California, it's going to be 80 degrees.
They're banging out 2-3 episodes on a drive. That's a lot of driving.
Yeah. I mean, it's a big drive.
Big drive?
Big drive.
It's a lot of us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? 3 hours of us fucking talking to each other. Good for you guys.
Amazing. Well, happy birthday, Stephanie. Enjoy. The other is from Zach to Zach.
Wow.
No, it's from Zach Tomlin to Zach Tomlin and Eric Lee. Eric Lee's the homie out in Atlanta, holding it down for Superline ATL.
Nice.
They're out in Atlanta.
We met him in Vegas, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I met Eric also. He's in LA, in Atlanta. He's a great guy, great entrepreneur. And his buddy Zach. I don't know if I've met Zach before, but shout out to you as well. Thanks for supporting the pod.
Yeah. Shout out.
Shout out Zach, and the Eric. Zach twice. I love how Zach shouted himself out. Good for you, Zach. All right, that's all we got. Everyone have a very Merry Christmas. I mean, look, I know that we came in a little, negative. That being said, on Christmas Day, enjoy your family time, enjoy your time off. Just come back before the 9th is all we ask. Right? All right. See you later, guys.